Statistics show that 50% of all Americans will be diagnosed with an STI or STD by the time they reach adulthood. So that shows you in some way how common STIs and STDs are. The most common STI or STD in America is chlamydia. And the second most common is HPV or human papillomavirus. Chlamydia is very common. It is asymptomatic in most people, which means there are no symptoms. So the only way to know that you have it is to be tested. It is completely curable and treatable with antibiotics. The really important thing to know about chlamydia is if left untreated, it can cause infertility in both men and women. In women, it can lead to pelvic inflammatory disease or PID, and in men, it can lead to an inflammation of the epididymis, the tubes through which the sperm will shoot out from the body. HPV is human papillomavirus, also known as genital warts, is also a very common sexually transmitted infection, and that is caused by a virus. It is treatable but not necessarily curable. It's very transmissible from skin to skin contact. So the best way to actually prevent it is to have a barrier between your skin and someone else's skin. Someone may transmit HPV even if they don't have symptoms, but the things to look for are warts or raised bumps on the shaft of the penis, on the outside of the vulva, around the rectum. Sometimes those look like warts, sometimes they're flat, sometimes they're actually not visible to the naked eye, and you would need to have your provider check in a different way. Sometimes they squirt a little bit of vinegar into the vagina, around the vulva, or on the shaft of the penis, or around the anus, in order to be able to see the HPV, and then they can sometimes take it off in some way or give you a cream or medication, and sometimes HPV just goes away by itself. So again, the two most common sexually transmitted diseases or infections in America are chlamydia and HPV.
Black dress with the tights underneath. I got the breath of a last cigarette on my teeth. And she's an actress, but she ain't got no need. She's got money from her parents in a trust fund back east. Tongues always pressed to your cheeks, while my tongue is on the inside of some other girl's teeth. You tell your boyfriend if he says he's got beef that I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him.
She wants to touch me, woo. She wants to love me, woo. She'll never leave me, woo. Don't trust her, never trust her. Won't trust her, won't trust me. She wants to touch me, woo. She wants to love me, woo. She'll never leave me, woo. Don't trust her, never trust her. Won't trust her, won't trust me.
X's on the back of your hands. Wash them in the bathroom to drink like the bands. And the set list you stole off the stage had red and purple lipstick all over the page. Bruises cover your arms, shaking in the fingers with a bottle in your palm. And the best is no one knows who you are, just another girl alone at the bar.
She wants to touch me, woo. She wants to love me, woo. She'll never leave.
STD. The hilarious thing about STDs is that nobody thinks that they'll get one, even though the reality is that millions of people contract STDs every year. Our society treats STDs like they are just the grossest, dirtiest, nastiest things ever. The thing is that a lot of sex ed teachers choose to approach the STIs thing as like the big doom and gloom of sex. You know, those like horrifying pictures of herpes that burn your brains out. They're scaring people and reinforcing the stigma around STIs. With stigma comes shame. When people feel shame, it makes them feel shitty and worthless. It also makes it harder for people to talk to their partners about it. And when a positive diagnosis is seen as like this enormous deal, it makes it scary to go get tested, which means people do it less instead of more. This means that infections go untreated, complications, more transmission. That's not good. It's not good at all. At least not if you're concerned about having a healthy society.
Don't trust her, never trust her. Won't trust her.